Hey, Michael with XForcePC, another continuing in my FAQ series. This is about controllers. What kind of controllers can you use for X-Plane and the other flight simulators? Well, the simplest form of control would be a single flight stick or joystick. Sometimes people get uppity if I call it a joystick and say, it's a flight stick. Anyway, it's a stick, whatever you want to call it. Those typically have a little lever on the top for throttle. Most of them, not all, will twist for rudder, but that's not terribly realistic. But you can do rudder, simulate rudder by the twisting motion. The CH products sticks do not do that. So that's the simplest way. It's a nice portable way if you're traveling, just to carry a stick along with you. The most common way is using a yoke. That's because most civil aviation aircraft, use a yoke. So that's probably the most common way, is to have a yoke. The yokes that, whether it's CH or Saitek, the low-end yokes that we sell, that are in the $150 range, all come with a 3-lever throttle. And so you can control throttle, prop, and mixture with those 3 levers. The Saitek one has a separate throttle that kind of sits off to the side, whereas the CH is right on top. And then adding to that, you might want some rudder pedals. Now, are rudder pedals required? That's another frequently asked question. Rudder pedals are not required. They are required if you want to be realistic, but they are not required to fly the sim. If you have no rudder pedals, you have nothing assigned to yaw, which would be rudder, then X-Plane will auto-coordinate. So if you turn the yoke to the left or move the stick to the left, it'll automatically turn the nose wheel a little bit. It'll automatically turn the rudder a little bit. And so that's, you can get away without having to buy pedals. Maybe you just are saving up for pedals and you buy those in 6 months or whatever. But we do recommend pedals, but they are not a requirement. Some other things you can do if you want to do multi-engine is you might want to add a second Saitek throttle quadrant. So the one that comes with the yoke has 3 levers. You can buy another one that gives you 3 more levers, and then the little heads pop off of there. You can pop them off. There's red, and there's black, blue, and red, and you can pop them off and move them around however you need to and assign them. And if you're doing twins, you probably do 2 throttle, 2 prop, and 2 mixture. So that's how you would do twin. And then there's also a CH Products throttle quadrant they sell that has 6 levers on it, and it's again more of the same. The last way you could control X-Plane would be with high-end controllers. So the stuff we sell, it's the most common. The yoke and the pedals are in the $150 range. The other end of the spectrum, there's full metal, heavy-duty yokes and pedals you can buy from various companies. They deal in low volume and high price. So you're talking, instead of $150, you're talking $1,000. There's not much in between that. Yoko is one that makes a yoke. They're in Spain. Then there is, what are they called? Go Flight. Although I have not had a good experience myself with Go Flight as far as the relationship, I guess you'll say, the customer service went. But they have a yoke that's all metal and, in that kind of price range. So most people wind up in the $150 range with the yoke and the pedals. Let's see, what else have we got on my list here? Which is better, the CH or the Saitek? We get that a lot. They're in the same price range, $150-ish. I do prefer, and most of the customers do prefer, the Saitek over the CH for a couple of reasons. There is a metal shaft, or at least there's a covered with metal, and it makes the mechanism move a little smoother in the Saitek. That's the yoke part. Secondly, the Saitek has a separate throttle that clamps off to the side instead of being sitting right on top of the yoke where you got to kind of go like this. it's down more where you would expect it to be. You could clamp it to the table or something down lower. And so that's another advantage of the Saitek. That throttle is a separate, it plugs into the throttle, excuse me, the yoke, but it's a separate device. And so we do tend to recommend the Saitek over the CH for that reason. We talked about already how you do multi-engine. Do you have to have pedals? That should be it. That covers the FAQs for controllers for flight simulation.